And as everybody here knows who a Parsi is. सचमुच दिल्ली में कोई जानता ही नहीं है वो क्या होता है भाई. Anybody knows who any famous Parsis? Known very well, eminent. Name, come on. पूना का आदमी है तो पूना वाला ही बोलेगा. टाटा बमन ईरानी लास्ट में आएगा. और बोलो JRD टाटा. दारू वाला क्यों बोला आपने यार? आपको क्या एक्साइटमेंट है दारू वाले के साथ? But think about Homi Bhabha, Sam Manekshaw, Soni Sorab ji, some great eminent Parsis. King Charles. अच्छा वो पारसी नहीं है, अभी नाक पारसी जैसा है बुड्ढे का. So where was I? See, you all distracted me. Where was I? So this Parsi guy, I want to talk to you about this interview because it's very important to understand certain things in life, that you got to be yourself. I practiced the whole night what I'm going to say in the interview. He was writing something, he looked up, I was wearing a bow tie, he said, naam kya? I said, Parsi che? Okay. Khadus tha ekdam. Handsome tha one. All Parsis are handsome, as you can see. Which department do you want to join? He asked me this question. Food and beverage. He's saying, hey, idiot. Drop the accent first. Now, what is he saying, basically? Don't try to impress me. Don't have to put on an act to impress me. Whatever you do in your life, whatever you do, whether you're making a film, especially if you're making a film, especially if you're acting, don't try and impress people. Be truthful to that moment. That is what I'm trying to say. Why am I telling you all these things? And then he said, drop the accent. Be yourself. I said, yeah. Okay. Which department do you want to join? The whole hotel business is about food and beverage. You idiot. All dar gaya main. So which department? I said, the Rendezvous. The Rendezvous is a French restaurant, the most expensive restaurant in India, maybe Asia. French, on the top floor. He said, excellent. And I'm coming and I'm going to join these little stories and make it part of our talk on screenplay structure. And he said, I'm impressed. Kya baat hai? You know, son, he taught me a new word that day, which I don't think even Shashi Tharoor knows this word. बहुत लंबा word है. बहुत लंबा word है. And that word is want. You want something. Remember, guys, if you don't want something in this world, your story will never move forward. You will have nothing to look forward to. You have nothing to aspire for. You have no story to tell. He says, you want something. I said, thank you, sir. All right, can you start now? I said, yes, sir. Go to the basement, you idiot. I said, but sir, go. He's saying, tujhe kya lagta hai? I'm going to send you up. Hindi mein nahi bola, Parsi hai. What do you think? I'm going to send you up directly. Go to the basement. Start washing dishes, start folding napkins, start doing room service, and work your way to the top. This is it. So all you young people, filmmakers, actors, writers, directors in this room, or people who just want to make it in some other form, you can't do this overnight. There are no magic bullets. You've got to pay your dues. Understand that. I needed to tell you this. How many of you are actors, aspiring actors? Daro nahi, it's a very noble profession. How many of you are aspiring directors or already directors? How many of you are writers in the room? Oh, that's a good bunch. Excellent. Now, are you going to tell me that the first thing you will ever do, it's possible, but the first thing that you'll ever do would be a super duper jubilee hit? No. It's going to be rejected. You know why? Because people are afraid to back. With my foot in the door, and I got a reasonable foot in the door in the film industry. Took more than 12 years to get my film, The Mehta Boys, commissioned. How? Because I was saying it in a different language, in a different way, or rather a different voice from what people are used to listening to. So people say, nahi yaar, ye thoda dar lagta hai. No actor wanted to act in it. No actor, the only guy who really wanted to act in it was me. But you have to have the courage of your conviction. It took me 12 years to get it commissioned. So, my young friends, for newcomers, it's going to be even more difficult. Please be prepared for that. Don't be afraid. I know of my friends over here who put in everything of theirs to make a film. I'd like you to put your hands together. It's a wonderful film you may not have heard of. I think you have. I'm pulling your leg, of course. I like cracking a joke. It's a film called Godavari. Have you seen it? Come on, let's hear a round of applause. You must have the courage of your convictions because there's a belief system in the people. Stand up, Jitendra Joshi. Don't be afraid.
Writer is here.
Introduce the writer. Writer तो main होता है. तू तो खाली नाटकी है.
Prajakta Deshmukh.
I was going to introduce that. तूने मेरा line चोरी किया यार. मेरा reversal चोरी किया. I want to tell you now that we are here. Let me tell you the courage and conviction of these two people who wrote and the director I met outside, the amazing Nikhil. I cannot believe that they made this film based on what? Where did you all bring the money? How did you all think of doing this? And they made it. It won the best film at IFFI, man. And it's all going all over the world. Have the courage of your convictions. Prajakta Deshmukh. I went and saw a play of his. I'm a big believer in Marathi theatre. I went and it doesn't matter if you don't understand the language 100%, but if you understand something, you get the essence of what is being said. Not literally, but what the writer-director wants to say. He made produced, directed a play and wrote a play called Deva Babali. Am I saying it correctly, brother? Hey. Usme Jitendra nahi tha. So Jitendra, you don't stand up for this. Deva Babali. What's the concept? Do you all know this? How many of you have seen Deva Babali? Put your hands up. I am so impressed. It's about two women sitting, washing clothes and cooking and making chapati. And they're talking about their husbands. And they're singing songs and it's a musical. And I'm wondering what's going on. What are they talking about? Their saintly husbands and they're literally, I'm afraid to say this, but almost grumbling about them. Am I right, sir? Did I get the essence? And it thematically, it's so strong that it resonates so beautifully. And what is most important about Deva Babali? Who in his right mind in this day and age of what people have short attention spans has the guts to make a film based on the wives of two saintly people talking about and fighting and also getting together at some point with each other. How can that movie, how can that play work? It can work for a small experimental audience. But for how many shows, my dear friend Prajakta? 535. You know what am I trying to say? If you have the courage of your convictions, you can make a play of anything that is beautiful, meaningful, and that comes from your soul. 535 plays, and let me say they made money also, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. But who would have thought this play would be a super hit and a money spinner? Not on paper. The courage is worth millions of dollars. Just the courage. So, let's move ahead and talk to you about, I did a play